Here we are at the Elexshow trade show. We've got a new event in the wonderful Wales. We're at the ICC in Newport on our Elexshow trade show. We're here with Scolmore and we're going to go in and have a look for what's new. Well, I've taken my coat off because it's a bit cold outside. Now we're going to meet Gavin from ESP, which is part of the Scolmore group. Gavin, you do a design. How do you start about designing and selling your products? We'll talk about the fire alarm system.
Yeah, so the design service that we offer is about assisting the contractors and allowing them to be able to tackle those larger jobs that they may have experience installing a fire system, but they wouldn't necessarily look at designing a system, and they may want to take a step back from those larger jobs. So what we can offer at ESP is a free design service, allowing customers to approach us with the design plans of the building, for instance. We will then lay that out in a design. We will apply all the product codes and everything to the design so that they can take that design to the wholesaler and simply just ask for the products that we've specified on that design. This then allows them to install it at their own rate, and essentially if they need to, we can obviously offer them an additional service of commissioning as well. Now that isn't necessarily free, but within that service we can also offer them the training. So we've got the design aspect of it, we'll train them how to actually install everything, and then we can support them in offering a commissioning service as well.
That sounds great, but me, myself, if I was coming to you and I had a design and you had a look at it and said that's good, I would want you to install it and I want you to look after it, you know, for its longevity. But we've got some lovely designs here. We've got some lovely alarms. What we got? We got different sites. Do they make different sounds?
Yeah, so we've basically got our sounders here, we've got our detection heads. This one in particular is called the 7-point flexi detector.
And what's that mean?
This incorporates 3 forms of smoke, 3 forms of heat. It's got your sounder and your beacon all in one. Now why that's good is because rather than having multiple detectors in a design, you can actually use just the one detector and it's going to cover all those bases.
So you don't have to have 3 nice, they're not bulky, they're quite lovely, but instead of having 3, you can have that one that does the 3 aspects of fire protection.
Providing the design that we obviously put together obviously allows for that, then yeah, absolutely, that's one of the things that you can have with this.
Is there a limit to zones, how far you can go from the main board?
So we've got a 2 and we've got a 4 zone panel. The limit, it really determines on the amount of devices that you're putting onto the radio circuit. Each device has its own DLU, which is a device loading units, and this adds up to the maximum number of devices that the system can actually support. So you will get that kind of software with it. So when you purchase the equipment, we can obviously show you how that operates as well and allow you to make those calculations. At the design stage, this can also be done for you as well.
And the maintenance, you could take on the maintenance service of the, what would you say? Would you go and look at the product when it's installed to test it, to have a test on it?
We don't necessarily take on the maintenance side of things. That would be done by the likes of the contractor themselves. If they maybe done it themselves or they hired another third party company to come in and do that. Where we support you is in the commissioning side of things. Now again, it's not a free service, but it is a service that we can support you with. So at the end of the installation, you need to have it commissioned. We can certainly support you with that as well.
So yeah, it's like if you're running cable and everything, you've got a volt drop, so you've got to know the limit of where your furthest alarm siren goes, and But it sounds to me, you know, terrific. And
Yeah.
you're out there and you do want some sort of system sorted and designed. We're here to do it for you. Thanks,
Absolutely.
Gavin. That was
No problem.
brilliant.
Thanks, Billy.
Cheers, sweetheart.
Cheers. Anytime.
Alex.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. It's the first time I met you.
Yeah.
And I think it's your birthday.
Yeah, sort of. Been Newport now a year as of 2 days ago.
And how have you found it? How have you found the people?
Yeah, good. Really, really nice. Very warming and sort of quite, like you said, family atmosphere.
I think the same when I've been on the warehouse and talked to people. That it is a great family atmosphere. So you've had a year.
Yeah.
Tell us what you know.
Well, I know.
And what's good and what's
good?
happening.
What's new? I'll tell you what's new.
Yeah,
So
good one. That'd be a nice.
what
one.
we've got, these have recently come out. It's the metal T&E clip. So for the 18th regulations, obviously they need to be, as you know.
Do we do these in 6mm, 2.5,
So we do
4mm?
Yeah, so it's duals. We do 1 to 2.5 and then 4 to 6.
Okay, obviously they're metal because of fire hazards. So
Yeah, so the 18th regs stimulate that every time. It's sort of believe it's 1 in 4 now, which needs to be, look, if it's above a doorway or anything like that, needs to have at least one metal clip in it to stop it from dropping down.
So we're still going metal, plastic, metal. Is that what you're
Yeah,
saying?
you can do. You can do metal, plastic.
And they the ones that actually clip round the cable, so when you're
Yeah.
in a funny position, they're actually stay on the cable and you can
Yeah,
knock them in with a
tap 'em
hammer.
tap them in. The good thing about those as well is obviously they're not the best aesthetically pleasing clips. So what we've also brought out is a grey PVC LSF version of it. So it's more in line with the plastic clip. So you can have sort of plastic, metal, but it will look like the plastic one.
Oh, have we
So-
got any on board?
Not on board at the moment because these are the most popular ones, but we've just to show the customers, but they are the same grey as the T&E clip.
So when you look along a line, they look all the same.
Yeah, you shouldn't know the
That's
difference.
good.
You shouldn't know. So as you know, this is our new sealant, come on the market about a month ago. So yeah, I'll do a professional's job, shall I?
Why is it special? Tell me why it's special.
It's special because of the originality of it. It's the original formula before October 2019 for another product. So this is a direct competitor for them. We've got the exclusive market for it for the electrical wholesaler. Yeah, so it's new to us and we just want to get it out there as quick as best
And
we
what's
can.
it do?
So it can be a normal silicone sealant. It can be an adhesive, so you can stick everything to it as well. It's non-toxic. It's got a 24-month shelf life from production date.
Oh, that
yeah,
is
so
a
it's got a
long-
really
that's
nice
long.
long production date. Also, as well, once it's opened, so in the gun like this, you've got, as long as you clean the nozzle, keep the cap on.
Right, I noticed this
Yeah.
is a little bit different sticking two bricks together
Yeah.
because we've got a water
Yeah.
influence here.
Yeah.
So you're going to tell me you're going to put that on there
Yeah.
and stick that brick underwater.
Do you want to fill the brick first? It's not exactly a light brick.
As you say, it's
It's
not,
not
a light
it's not
brick.
a light brick.
But
Yeah.
I like to see this.
Yeah, so it'll work underwater. That's all you do. You
Is
bring
there
it
a
in.
special way of putting it
No,
on? How
just
much you
literally-
put on?
Just squeeze it on. So I'll do 3 lines here. Squeeze it on.
If you'd done another 3 lines, we could have a game of noughts and crosses.
You could, you could.
I'll take that off here.
Thank you very much.
Do you do that so it clicks?
Yeah, make sure it's on there.
And I'll put this top on.
Lovely. So all I'm doing is literally placing the brick on top, push down with my fingers.
How long do you press down on there?
I've literally just pressed it for 2 presses. That's all I've done.
So a matter of like even 5
Seconds.
seconds.
There you go, up and top.
And all right, I've made a mistake. I've done something wrong.
Yeah.
I've got to move it. I've got to slide it along. How
Yeah.
long have you got?
20 minutes.
And
so
you can
it's
still
malleable.
move it.
Yeah, it's malleable for 20 minutes.
It's what?
Malleable for 20 minutes.
Never heard that name. Malleable.
Malleable. It means you can still do that.
Ah.
So what you
thank
can do, that's okay. So you can still break it apart. You do whatever you want to do with it. And then after 20 minutes, it's stuck. And then after 24 hours, it's fully cured.
Right, that's okay with brick and maybe sticking boards to
Yeah.
walls and things like that. What if I had a cup and I had water in it,
Yeah.
and for some reason, because I know that when I get a bottle of water and I want to cut and get it out, I sometimes cut the plastic by mistake. So now I'm losing water.
Yeah.
Would it do anything for me there?
Yeah, so literally, all I've done is I've scraped off from the brick, as you've already seen, it's already been stuck on it.
Yeah.
So water's coming out, spread it on, bear in mind it's already been stuck to a brick and held and been done underwater, and that's me squeezing it there.
That's amazing.
It's not even coming out.
But obviously, won't it give you a horrible taste in your mouth? Is it poisonous?
No, it's got no toxicity in it, you can smell it. It's got no
Yeah, I know
no
that
smell
trick.
to it, do? Yeah. It's got no smell to it. Like I said, perfectly safe in catering and around bathrooms, kitchens, that sort of stuff.
So it won't poison you?
No.
You're
No.
clear to drink out of that cup?
Yeah.
So any plastic cup company out there, unlucky. We found a way of using it, reusing it. That's amazing.
No worries.
Love that. I love that. Reg,
Bill?
how are you?
Oh,
All
buddy.
right.
Yeah,
What
good.
do you
Yeah,
think
really
about
good.
the new location?
Oh, I love it. I love it. It's been really busy today as well. It's been nice. We've had some good contractors today and some good feedback, especially on the new products we're bringing out as well. So it's been good.
Talking about feedback, and that, what sort of feedback on design? Or do you design lighting?
Yeah. No, we offer a free lighting design service, for our contractors and our wholesalers. The good thing with that, Bill, is it also encompasses the site visits that go with that. The site surveys, the energy counts. It all encompasses in the whole package. And with our design team, with the package they bring back to the contractors, it's got all of it in there. The data sheets, the whole package, the luminaire schedule. And it's also got the ability there where the contractor can work with our design team. So where they're updating it or where they're upgrading it and doing bits on there, they can liaise with each other and actually get the package they want.
So if they had a design in their mind and
Yeah.
they wanted to make sure it's 100% proof, they could come to Scolmore and
Yep.
over here and say, look, Reg, I've got this. This is how I want this design. What do you think? Do you think it needs updating? Do you think it needs changing a bit? And that's the sort of service you can offer.
No, we sort of do it a lot with the wholesalers, but we also have a lot of relationships with contractors. So they're bringing us the design package, the tender straight to us. We're sort of dissect it, have a look at it, and then liaise with our design team. And then ultimately that contractor can liaise with our design department and make sure we get it right. There might be times where it's got to go back a couple of times because it's got to be amended to make sure it's all right for the the client and the contractor. So yeah, it's basically about offering a service where we can go from start to finish and ultimately get the final package of what the client wants.
And also, obviously,
study.
going around advising them and everything. And then, will you come down and check it out?
Yeah.
sort of thing?
No, we can. Yeah, we're more than happy to go down there. We've got, the ASM's all qualified to do site surveys and go down and do that. We can follow it up. Go in with the contractor and make sure that if there's anything that he needs to sort of clarify or go through the design, it's all done properly. So it's not just us offering that service at the beginning; it's following up all the way to the end. And literally from start to finish until it's actually installed.
Once you've signed it off and everything, then it's down to their maintenance to keep it.
That's it.
going
You've got
in.
it. Yeah.
Now,
That keeps it upgraded then.
we know we got tungsten, we know we got daylight, we know we got different colour lighting for different like scenarios.
Yeah.
What colour lighting? Do they ask you what colour lighting?
Yeah. No,
like?
it varies. It varies from project to project. It really does depend on the install. You can have labs that want a 6,000K. You can have offices that are going to have a 4,000K. We have people that like 3,000K, which is warm white in certain office areas. So we can bespoke it because a lot of our products are CCT anyway. It gives us the ability to actually pick the colour rendering the client wants. So yeah, it's not a problem.
I did hear someone was really praising some of your lighting that they actually installed, and he come around on the stall and praised them. Obviously, we didn't design that, but it must be a good system that someone can take it off the shelves in a wholesaler and put it up. But I would recommend that to come and ask us to design it for them, to have a look at it, or just approve what they've designed. But at least they're getting a professional eye on their design.
And that's where we want to sort of help out at that stage is when the design process starts, we want to use our expertise and our experience to go, actually, well, this works slightly better. You know, from an install point of view, it might be the fact that they're putting a fitting in, but we can suggest another fitting that maybe save on install time, or it'll be a product where it's quicker to install. So it's about working with them to make sure that we get the whole package.
And also, like, you've got a big lighting set up, and they might have not remembered to put emergency lighting in case there is a power cut.
Yep.
And the emergency. So there we can do that design for them as well.
No, we can make a fully compliant design when it comes to the emergency lighting. It's surprising on a lot of installs now where it does get overlooked, and it shouldn't do. It's a massive part of any project, and it's got to be fully compliant, and that's one thing the design team will make sure it's up to the spec that it should be, and up to that side of it. So I think from that side we give the client and the contractor the ability to know when that design's submitted, it's exactly up to the regs and what it should be.
So there you go to Ovia, and then we'll design everything. We'll get you the proper colour, and we'll get you emergency lighting, and all be sorted. And you can't go wrong. Here we are on the Scolmore stand. We've got Lee, and Lee's going to explain what about our new product with our consumer units. And I've been speaking to Sparks, and this group of Sparks are from Wales. They've put 3 in this week, and they've had great feedback from it all. So why is it going out the doors so quickly and being installed?
Well, first of all, of course, it's a great value for money, but it's a full range, including main switch consumer units which utilise RCBOs, but also main switch and twin RCD products. We also have an SPD as well available.
What is an SPD?
That's a surge protection device.
And why do we need that?
Well, sometimes you have an overvoltage situation and you need to dump that overvoltage down to earth. And this is the device that does exactly that.
So we should say a lightning strike or something like that?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. It's got a built-in tails clamp, which keeps the tails securely in place. All of the RCDs and RCBOs are Type A, which in today's modern installation, that would give you better protection.
But if you wanted to put in that's for domestic, what if you wanted to put in a commercial? Just change the breakers to B and C types?
We have B and C curve breakers and B and C curve RCBOs as well. The RCBOs are the short form, compact RCBOs.
Yeah, because usually they're quite a long neck, aren't
they? Absolutely. They would usually come much higher than that. And of course, because they're so short, you've got all this extra space to wire.
What I like is the space, so you can sweep in your cables and have quite a bit of slack on it for if anything does go wrong.
Yeah, just dress the cables in nicely behind you.
Do these spare bars come in with them?
Yeah, every consumer unit comes complete with 2 blanks, and the blank is a full-size MCB style blank as well.
Oh, so that instead of before you just flick it out with a screwdriver, which is not safe. Yeah. Now you can see it's physically safe, and it's strong.
And it's secured to the DIN rail, just at the bottom there. There's a live shrouded bus bar as well, you can see, which it gives extra protection from electric shock while the electrician is working on there.
The lads who had them in all awkward places, but what they liked, you could actually put this up flush with the ceiling in the corner because the lid fits around there rather than overlaps the
absolutely, yeah. One of the common problems in the industry with other consumer units is that the lid actually overlaps both at the sides and at the top and the bottom. When you mount it flush to the ceiling or flush to a wall, you can rest assured then when you go to put the lid on, it fits directly on. There's no movement on there.
And it's sturdy, so you won't get any, when you drill it and fix it, you won't get any sort of angles and all out of shape boxes.
No, it's made from heavy gauge steel. There's multiple knockouts all the way around, including in the back as well for the rear entry. It's a rock solid mild steel construction.
I noticed we don't have 1 knockout, we have 2 knockouts. One of the reasons I believe is because if you had the knockout and it was all out, and you put your grommet on, but you only had a few cables through. You've got an air gap, and if anything did go wrong, the air could draw up, and that could actually cause a fire. So if you've got X amount of cables, just come through one side.
Yeah, absolutely.
Obviously, if you've
Yeah,
got enough cables, you've got enough room
Yeah.
to bring them through.
Yeah, and on the smaller boards, of course, there's only one knockout anyway on the rear. But yeah, you're absolutely right, Billy. You know, just bring the cables through, line up the knockout where the cables are already coming through, or where you've designed it to come through. Knock it out, pull them through, dress them in.
But there you go. There's a new board. It's Illusion. And why is it called Illusion?
Well, because it's all to do with a Greek god of protection.
And that's clever, isn't it? It protects all the circuits, and it's the Greek god is named for protection. That's class. We've had 2 good days as a new event here in Newport, and as you can see, it's very quiet now. We've had good talks about our Click Smart, especially Click Smart. A lot of people have been asking about it, but everyone's been very busy. It's gone quiet now, so as you can see, the boys are all sort of hungry and want to go home. But it's been a very good exhibition.
Clapperboard. I'm waiting for the clapperboard.